Now let's build what the employee actually sees when taking a survey. So for this, we're going to build a clean, responsive survey taking page. We're going to display questions section by section. In a similar manner as the preview. Include a progress indication and a submit button that can only be pressed if all the questions have been answered. All right. I also want to make sure the sidebar shouldn't be visible because you're supposed to be answering that and not from this view. So the sidebar should not be visible in this page, and only the responder should have access to it due to generating a unique survey link per employee that can be shared directly through either the email/Slack or the or I guess we haven't defined the survey tab yet, so we're just gonna do this for now. It'll make more sense as we go. So we have no easy way of checking this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the next prompt immediately, and then we'll be able to check this. But what I want to do is turn the home tab into my surveys page at the top of the sidebar. This displays all the surveys the logged in employee has been invited to with status and a button to take or view the survey already. I also noticed that the base tab, so over here, is the employees. So what I'm going to do is also make the base home to my surveys instead of employees. And so that will make it a new tab to actually access our surveys as well. All right, so checking out the surveys tab, or should I say my surveys? We can see there's no surveys found, which is if I should have, okay, maybe it's because it's still in draft, but hopefully once we make this activate, since I am part of the invited people, I should see it on my surveys tab. All right, so I do not see it. despite the server being active. We have a server structure, we have a preview. Oh, it was still sending. So yeah, it just sent the emails. Yeah, we still don't have it. Okay. I'm signed into our third build and yet don't see the survey I was invited to in my surveys tab. If I wasn't invited to it, that would make sense, but I am. It might be due to the fact that I'm not an employee, but should still work. Yeah, because currently I'm not actually in the employee and I don't want to add myself as an employee because otherwise it'll mess up the org chart. Oh wait, I am added. Oh, weird. So maybe it did add me. Well, I guess I'll just be able to remove after testing. Because if we check here, yeah, our third one. Okay, so it did build. It did add me to the employee to be able to add me to the survey, which makes sense. We see this. We have our survey now shown. And if we could take survey, should send us to the survey taking tab, which does not exist. So that probably means that our previous prompt didn't fully work, or that I'm not in the right tab. Because it should have the survey taken here and no sidebar. Take survey sends me to a 404 and the sidebar is still there. The survey taking page. All right, hopefully now it works. Cool. So it does work. We have our survey tab. We take it, survey. If we go back, now it says survey completed. I can review my responses. Okay, great. Well, I can't view my responses. So let's fix those. Once completed, redirect user to my surveys. Also view responses just shows the survey completed, which is not useful. In addition, the survey taking page still shows the sidebar. That shouldn't be there. All right, let's see if our changes were made. Great, the sidebar is gone. When I'm viewing the responses, it's showing me the actual responses, which is great. And then it sends me back to the survey. All right, one more thing, and then afterwards we'll move on to security. Is I want to add in the survey configuration here, because these are very useful. Add configurable survey rules in configuration tab of surveys. Well, now let's define the rules. I want employees cannot submit. Well, I guess that one's already implemented, so we don't need it. Display order can be randomized, meaning the questions will be randomized, which is quite useful when you have a lot of questions and you don't want the people to get bored by answering the last few questions not as seriously, so it'll randomize for each person. We can also have a rule for all required questions must be answered, because maybe they don't need to be answered. We want to remove the configuration for number invited and completed response, because those are no longer the case and they're defined elsewhere. Survey rules. Only questions within section searchable. Alright, so we now have the survey rules that can be activated or disabled. Obviously, we can't actually change them right now because the survey is active, but in a draft mode, we'd be able to click on these.